Hi, everybody. So, Simmons et al. States that culture is the totality of learned, socially transmitted behavior of a group that emerges from its members' interpersonal transactions. Today, there's a large emphasis placed on personal pronouns in all areas of life. Simmons et al. States that now counselors are encouraged to go into a counselor-client relationship with others of different cultural backgrounds and seem more curious rather than as an expert in whatever they're talking about. And as counselors, our jobs are to advocate for our clients no matter what their background may be. So making sure that we are including personal pronouns or anything that they want to go by is really important. Advocacy involves actions aimed at changing the processes by which public decisions are made, thus affecting the socio-political and economic context that influence people's lives. Simmons et al. 2019. Advocacy and social justice kind of go hand in hand because social justice is rights to self-determination, a fair allocation of resources, freedom from constraints, and the ability to live in peace and to be treated fairly and equitably. Simmons et al. 2019. So as counselors, we are helping our clients achieve each of these concepts of social justice by working in both advocacy and social justice. But cultural awareness is just as important for counselors, as being culturally aware is what allows counselors to have a better understanding of challenges that our clients face, even if they're not something that counselors themselves deal with daily. Cultural humility, in essence, is the ability to have an open mind when it comes to working with clients who are different from you. Cultural humility is important because as a counselors, we will be working with people that we have little to no information about at first, so we don't get to pick and choose our clients, and humility allows for a blank slate with each client, regardless of cultural background. I feel like the ethical principle of autonomy applies to all cultural humility, cultural awareness, advocacy, and social justice. Autonomy is the right to self-control, to self-direct, or to self-govern. Simmons et al. 2019. Keeping personal beliefs and viewpoints separate from dealing with cultural background is extremely important, especially when beliefs differ between counselor and client or culture differs. Non-maleficence and beneficence work together to avoid harming the client while also working to better their lives and helping them. These two apply similar to how autonomy applies, with wanting to make sure that you're kind of staying neutral and letting them have control of their lives, but also you want to help them. So justice applies to all these concepts as well, especially social justice, as they are kind of similar. Justice as a counselor is a key concept in advocation. So you want to advocate for your client and making sure that they are getting everything that they need within social context. So along with this, fidelity must be kept, as counselors make a promise to help their clients and they don't want to harm them. So you have to keep that responsibility. And this can include sessions, advocacy, educating oneself to be culturally competent for a client. And then veracity is kind of tricky because in simple terms, it's the responsibility to remain truthful and honest with the client, but it can be difficult to remain honest, especially in situations where beliefs may differ or a client is really doing more harm than good, but they feel that they're doing good. But Isaiah 1:17 says, "Learn to do good, seek justice, rebuke the oppressor, defend the fatherless, plead for the widow." This verse is all about social justice. Our calling as Christians is to lift up one another and help each other succeed. So as a counselor, I feel like this is really speaking to how we are supposed to work with our clients in terms of social justice. I'm already a fairly open-minded person, so for me, I feel like in terms of cultural humility, I'm just going to try to keep that same open-mindedness. With my job now, when I get a new client, I know little to nothing about them other than their mental diagnosis and age. So when I first meet them, I kind of am curious. I ask them about their background, and I just have a blank slate, clean slate for every single one of my clients. And that allows them to open up to me, start trusting me more. But personally, I plan to become more aware of the differences that occur for individuals with different cultures than my own. I like the section in Chapter 5 that has a list of actions to take in becoming an agent for social justice. I feel like within the chart, exploring life's meaning and commitment is something I will strive to do for myself and also my clients, because I feel like when you know what you're living for and what your life meaning is, it aids you a lot in, getting over any kind of mental distress you have or really any problems in life. It just really helps. So, thanks.